Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So, yeah. Okay. So, as promised, I'm gonna start with the topic here and go into it. And all right, hey guys, do me a favor. Somebody write something in the chat so I can actually make sure I'm actually seeing it before I get too far into this. Somebody, anybody. Um. Okay. Yeah, I see it. Thanks, V. Appreciate that. All right. So to get the topic started on here, yeah, the last live stream, which was last Sunday, I do believe, we talked to somebody brought up the idea of doing a Facebook group. Now, like I also mentioned that I already have a Facebook page. I mean, I'm pretty sure that most of you guys know this by now. You've seen that all my fucking videos have social media links in them, and VHP is on Facebook is one of those links. But I thought about it a little bit, and I figured that if I made a separate group instead of just having my personal page for VHP Engines, that I could allow this group to be a little looser, a little bit more free, something that I don't feel like I'm gonna have to micromanage so much. Like of course my channel, of course I manage the content there, and in my Facebook page, it's mainly just me throwing out stuff and then people commenting on what I've already put out there. Not so much stuff where people can actually post to the page. Now, I was looking through my history there, and it does seem like some people have made posts before, but I don't think they're actually public for other people to see them. So this would be a way to try and take care of that, to make it to where everybody can kind of contribute to what's going on there. And like I said, I won't be so tight on the control of what's being posted or whatnot, as long as it's not too over the top and direct garbage trollishness. So the whole my idea for this would be that there's a bunch of times where little guys, little YouTubers have come out to ask for heads up or whatnot. Now I know that like before in the past I've mentioned I don't share my own content onto Facebook groups and pages and shit like that because it comes off kind of like cheesy for me, like kind of like begging for views. I would rather just have my subscribers, if they feel so inclined, to share if they feel they want to or feel it's appropriate in the moment. But in this page, this group would be that it's not just something for buy and sell or for tech talk or whatever. It's also for these other people who want to who have content, that they're trying to build up or maybe trying to create, spread here without having to worry about being ridiculed or worried about violating the group rules or whatnot. Because I know that some of these groups are real tight on their management because they like to charge people for advertisement or whatnot. That's not something that'll ever happen in this group. So what I would like to see from this group is besides like more YouTubers, there's more small YouTubers coming out. Um, if I can get like Irvin wants to jump in here, I know that this may be a way for him to reach out to more people. Mike Delaney of eBay Honda, he could also be somebody that comes in here and reaches out. I think Baytech, they're getting a pickup from being popular from was it Honda Vlogs. But maybe this will be something else that maybe they feel like they want to throw out their content on, and depending on how big this gets or whatnot, or if you want to sell stuff, that's something too. Because I've had a bunch of subscribers offer to sell me shit. I've also had subscribers that I have bought stuff off of, and I've had subscribers that have donated me stuff. Now you can hit my DMs for that. Any of my social media things. You don't have to go through this page for that, but it's not something I'd be against. I don't want this to turn into like a marketplace. I don't want it to be strictly people just trying to sell their shit. I don't want it to just be that. I like to just be conversations on the cars or whatnot. Or even if you don't have a YouTube channel or something along those lines, maybe you want to share, just share your builds, share your projects. I know that a lot of people like to used to like to put up their project cars or whatever, or their daily or whatever or whatnot. So that could be something too. And maybe you guys can throw out topics that you'd like to see, like requested of what you'd like to see worked on, or maybe something, a question you would have. See, the idea would be to eventually to start appointing some moderators, people that I've had a lot of dialogue and a lot of contact with over the past couple of years that I know my content very well. Somebody, so that way some of these more basic questions that you ask, like how do I do a B20V conversion or what bearings do I use for that, really simple and basic questions can be answered by people who've already, are very familiar with my channel, can steer you in the right direction. Which kind of fucking sucks because I definitely want people to make their own effort to find things, but at the same time, there's always going to be some people who don't and those people are generally tend to be obvious, and I usually get nasty with this. Well, not nasty, but terse, and that would be a way for me to avoid it. If I have somebody that can speak on my behalf, that can point you in the right direction, that'd be great. So that way I don't have to, make somebody think I'm an asshole, and then you get what you're looking for. You get the content you're looking for without me having to make the effort of doing it, because it gets very repetitive. The main questions I get are very basic ones that I've already talked about a lot, and I love talking to people who bring me new stuff. The people that are always asking for that real basic stuff, I tend to ignore nowadays, and hopefully this will be a way to get around that too. Um, or maybe the whole idea just crashes and burns and it fizzles out because nobody really participates, and that's fine too. I don't mind if I'll let it go for a month or two, and if there's no real growth on the group or whatnot, and it just seems stagnant, not a lot of comments or whatnot, I'll just say, hey, that was a good idea. We tried it, scrap it, and then maybe a couple more years down the line, it'll come back and we do it again. Even this fucking live stream, for one, is something for me to say about that. I posted that live stream on Sunday. No warning. It had been like a year since I'd done it, and a decent amount of people jumped in to watch. All right. This whole week I spent talking about saying I was gonna do another live stream, so be prepared for one. And then on top of that, I said exactly when the live stream was gonna be today, and I know it reached people because I put it on Snapchat, I put it on Instagram, I put it on the community tab on YouTube. I talked about it in a video that I put out today. Between the 3 videos I uploaded, I got close to 300 views, and the Instagram story and the Snapchat story, the last time I checked them, had 50 some views. So, that's way more people than were in the last one. But it's fucking. Even though there's a heads up, and I have people telling me, "Oh, I want to see this one," or "It sucks, I missed it." Everybody had the chance to see the fact that this is going to be done today, and we got 2 people in the live chat stream. So this is why I say sometimes sometimes it gets frustrating. People always demanding things from me and telling me I have like responsibility to try and help people out or whatnot because of what the community I've built. But then at the same time, I try to do things that help people like this, and then I get nothing. Everybody's like, fuck that, I'm not gonna do it. And there's really no excuse for not doing it this time because the time was set. So even if you haven't gotten a notification, you should still know at 6 o'clock Eastern to jump on YouTube and check the channel to see if this is happening. And it's happening. All right, so well, not too long into it. That was 8 minutes. Yeah, 8 minutes on the stream. I don't really have much else to say. A bunch to say on the topic because that's really all I was going to talk about today. So I'll give it another 30 seconds to a minute and group. Yeah, well, the group's starting right now. I just made it. Okay, yeah, there we go. We got some contents, some comments going. That I'll stick around, but if not, I'm gonna end the stream because I'm not gonna make an ass of myself just sitting here looking at the fucking camera waiting for people to show up. I started the group about 10 minutes before I jumped on the live stream. The group is called, same as the title, The Forum. It's a secret group, but everybody should be able to search for it and find it. And you search for it and ask to join or whatnot, and I'll add you. I would make it a completely open group, and but then that kind of leaves the door open for trolls or whatnot. It'll be an easier target. Yeah, you can still request to join. I add you and you troll, but it won't be so easy. At least with this way, when you're requesting to join, you're asking permission to get in the group instead of just passing through and throwing fucking all kinds of craziness in there. So yeah, I guess you could search that or whatnot, and I'll put it up. I'll also put it in the and I'm also going to put it up on social media links, I guess, or whatnot, to put it out there. But at least this video will be enough to tell you like what I hope the forum becomes. And again, to repeat, if it doesn't go anywhere in the next month or so, it kind of like very little chat or comments or anything going on there. If it doesn't seem too much, then I'll phase it out, and then there'll be something I'll try again later. But it's kind of hard to tell where things are going to go, how people are going to react to things. You expect one thing, like sometimes you don't expect much from this, and then you get some big reaction, and sometimes you expect a lot and you get nothing. So I've done merchandising like sporadically. I've sold stickers before. or I've given out stickers before. I give out decals, and I've done giveaways for shirts. I've sold shirts, sold some hoodies, but I don't have a specific store that you can go to on a website and be like, just order it and it'll come. You have to talk to me, hit the DMs, request it for me, send money, and then I have to have the shit made and sent you. So it's a little bit more of a difficult process, and it will never get any better unless the channel gets big. And I don't expect it to get big anytime soon. So I'm just not gonna really go out of my way for merchandising here, because I don't have the steady stream of income from the channel to make merchandise off of it. And every time I've ever tried to do one of these Teesprings, one of these fucking shirt place websites, two things happen. One, I can't make the design as proper as I want to. It doesn't look right. And two, never more than 2 people reserve it. So if you don't have at least like 5 or 10 people to buy as a minimum, they don't get made and sent out. And this is when I'm reminded that despite how big my channel's gotten in the last couple of years, it's still fucking tiny. 6,000 subscribers isn't really much to carry on something like that. So merchandise just isn't going to happen, because I'm not going to go out of my way to spend $300 on stockpiling stuff that maybe will sell. I just can't do that. Every time I think about stuff like that, I think about other things I could be buying with the same money. So the only way I could imagine it happening anytime sooner is if I launch a Patreon and then people start contributing to that. But I seriously doubt that'll happen. Paid advertising, as in the shirt is pretty much, I think, the logo for the channel, or more or less it's the logo for the channel, but just on a black background. As a matter of fact, I've posted it on Instagram, so if you go to my Instagram account, you can see the shirts and hoodies or whatnot. They're there. As far as paid advertisement, I'm not 100% sure what you mean. Like, I've had an email, somebody offered me to advertise some shit. They were going to give me some stuff, but it's not something that I think that anybody would really care about. I thought about agreeing to it and saying, yeah, just so I could do an advertisement on it and then give the thing away. But I don't really see a point. It'd be just, I don't know. I don't see the reason to do that. So maybe more shit will come like that along the line. As far as any other advertisement product wise, Nippon Racing, Cylinder Support System, King's Bearings, they all gave me stuff, which is all sitting together in that Integra that I need to get running. I was gonna get that started today, but I went and got a battery. The battery I got was the wrong size. I kind of figured it was the wrong size when I was buying it, but I was hoping I could fucking rig it in there anyway. So now I got to return the fucking battery and look for the proper size, and it's just a pain in the ass. I got into a stump today. It turned out to be a lazy day. I had a lot of things planned, but I didn't really do anything except sit in front of my computer. And after an hour or so sitting in front of the computer, I was like, well, now I'm just counting down to the live stream, because see, and this is what I'm talking about, man. This is what I'm talking about when I say that committing the time to the live stream, because I have to be here and be ready at a certain time and place to even do this. So I kind of fucked up my whole day because I needed to be here at 6 o'clock. So if I was going to do anything at 4 o'clock, I was like, well, that might, cut into the time that I said I was going to be doing this, and I didn't want to risk that. Yeah, you're right. It is hard to get people to buy right away, because everybody's always assuming that somebody else is going to buy, and it's not about me, trying to make money. It's all about me trying to give you guys what you want. But the problem is as many people come forward and say, hey, I want merch, then I'm like, okay, be on standby, so when I'm ready for it, you can jump in, and then I'll go back to those same people and it'll be crickets. So it's hard for me to do it. So I'm just not gonna, sorry. It's not going to happen because I don't have enough people committed to actually want to do this, and it's money. So that is what it is. Yeah, sure. I'm always open for that, man. If you can make something out of it and show me. I mean, the ones that I've done so far are all pretty basic. Although I'm happy with it. I like what my shit looks like. That's whatever. I mean, I'm gonna make another batch before Honda Day, which is April 6th and 7th. So I'm gonna make at least 10 to take with me when I go up there. I'm gonna have in my backpack. I'll just pick some random sizes or whatnot. But yeah, as far as me doing it as a regular thing, I always have a merchandise present. I'm kind of jealous of these guys. They always, you see underneath the videos, it's like, hey, buy our apparel and shit. I just never could make it work for me. So I don't know. I've had people before also tell me that they were going to help me out and never did. Like I said, it's not a big deal for me. I'm just trying to give you guys what you want. Uh, I don't know why the fuck is my shit not scrolling. Why am I have to fucking I have to scroll down to see what's new? Ken, I think I have made a video talking about bearings before. I'm like 99% sure. I've used cheap bearings. I've also used really good bearings. You know, really good bearings being ACL and Kings. Cheap bearings just being like whatever I can find for $20. And I haven't really had any failures with the ones that were the cheap side. But again, that goes to how long was the engine run or whatnot. As far as the last couple of years, I've only ever had one person hit back to me that got the engine that spun a bearing, but he ran that engine for 2 years, you know. So and it was built, so he was running it. So I can't even remember what I put in that engine. I don't remember if they were $20 bearings or if they were ACL or Kings. Honda Day has 3 events this year. Two of them are going to be at Mechanicsville in Maryland, the first and the last one. And the second one during the summer is going to be in Connecticut, I believe. So I'm going to the first one in April, which is going to be in Mechanicsville. And I'm going to be buying my plane ticket for that here pretty soon. Yeah. Ah, well, I was thinking about driving, but nah. It's because the schedule I work with my wife were flip flops. You know, where she works, I work. You know, I work during the day, or I work at night. She works during the day. If I were to drive, we only have one car right now. It's drivable, so I would be taking a car from her. The trip is going to take a good amount of time for me to get there. It's going to take at a very minimum a day if I'm gonna if I don't fucking stop and sleep somewhere. It's going to take a day to get there, and then there's the 2 day event, and then I got to come back another day. So that 2 days turned into 4 days at a minimum, and it's just not very it's not very viable. At least this way, if I fly, I can fly out there the day of the event, or I'll probably fly the day before. Well, the idea right now is to fly the day before the event, and then have the return flight on the second day of the event. Like, you know, so finish the Honda Day that night, and then get on a fucking plane and come home. Um, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Yeah, I mean, I would eventually like to drive something out there, but that's a long time away from now. I don't know when that'll happen. One person offered to do a buddy up road trip, and I wouldn't be against that. But the problem is the guy who offered isn't very reliable on anything. Like, he's this is the dude that we supposed to link up several times in the past year upon request. And every time I get to the point where I commit, it's like, all right, I'm on my way. Then something comes up at the last minute, like, oh well, I can't do it this time or whatnot, and that's fine. But so I can't. I'm not gonna hold myself up to possibly taking a road trip with somebody for them at the last minute to tell me they can't make it for whatever reason. I got to buy a last minute plane ticket, which is going to cost me more money. So I'm going to buy a plane ticket soon. I don't plan on anybody coming with me. And if somebody does meet me up there or whatnot, or make arrangements, I'm down for that too. As far as I'm concerned right now, the whole mission is to go up there and, meet Irvin from Irvin Dorsey channel and meet up with these guys that gave me the goodies. Shit, honestly, I don't know, man. I might not even stay 2 days. I mean, because we're looking at hotel stay or whatnot. I have to reassess that situation. I don't know. Like, if the main reason I'm going up there is to meet people, but I don't believe that when I meet them, it's gonna be for the first time. I don't think we're just gonna immediately be huddling up and hanging out. It might just be a pass by. It might be a flyby. I might just meet these guys, talk to them for 20, 30 minutes, and then we all go our separate ways. And then I'm stuck at Honda Day for 2 days for what? Then if I've already completed my objective, then what's the point of staying for the second day? But I don't know. I just have to think about that a little bit more. All right, guys. Yeah. So thank you guys that did come out and try to make some effort to talk here. But we got two watching right now. We're 20 minutes in, and this is I'm gonna consider a flop. Maybe people watched it in the aftermath and joined the group, and then I'll get that out of it. If not, I'll erase it, and I'm never doing this again. This is exactly why I haven't streamed in a year.